What's going on, everybody? This is your host, C. Weezy, coming back at you today with another video. Today we have a Maximum Football update. Yes, and before we get into it, I would like to thank everybody that has recently subscribed to my channel and watched a lot of my content here recently. I do appreciate it. Really means a lot. Because of all that, we have reached 2 out of our 4 subscriber goals. And because we've met 2 of those before the release date of College Football 25 on July 19th, I am giving away 2 copies of College Football 25 here soon. So stay tuned for that, and if you ain't already, subscribe so that way you don't miss out on that. All right, Maximum Football update. As you see, we're on Twitter right now, but I'm going to throw up a couple of images from Discord that a few people asked Maximum Brown. I guess you could say he's Maximum Brown. The development director, Micah Brown, for Maximum Football, answered some of these questions, and I find them very interesting, and I'd like for y'all to see. Let's get into it. All right, when is the full game releasing? I'm not asking for an exact date, but more like what time of the year or if it will be delayed. Micah Brown responded, Maximum Football will launch into Steam Early Access on PC in Q3 of this year, with the console versions to follow at a later date. Okay, Q3 of this year is July, August, and September. I can tell you right now, they're not releasing in July or August, because July you got College Football 25, August you got Madden 25. So the most logical month for me in Q3 for them to release is September. I'm putting my money and taking it to the piggy bank that the early access of Maximum Football is dropping this September. Anyway, next question. Can we edit the divisions/conferences? Will we be able to edit the college conferences names for Dynasty Mode? Will we be able to edit the divisions and names for Pro Season Mode? Micah Brown responded, in Dynasty, you can edit everything about the conferences, the conference name, logo, teams within the conference. When franchise comes out, we will have conferences and divisions, and you will be able to edit those just like you can edit the conferences now, which I'm sure he's referring to Dynasty Mode. Next question. Will you guys add a Super Sim or something like that? Micah Brown responded, yeah, we will. We are trying to get it in before launch, but I can't promise it. If it's not ready by launch, it will come soon after. So if it's not ready at launch, I would imagine it'll probably be out before the end of the year. So if it launches in September, I would honestly think that by the end of December, we will have a Super Sam. Okay? All right. Next question. Announcers. Will there be proper announcers and commentators in the future? And he's referring to, what he's referring to, but also the stadium PA announcer. Because in the beta demo that we played, or at least I played and a few others, there was no commentary or announcement crew. It was just a stadium announcer. And that's in Madden. If you turn the announcers off, you can hear the stadium announcer. And that's all we had. But anyway, I know it's not easy, but with the way AI has come in the past few years, a good announcer shouldn't be impossible. Micah Brown responded, yes, we already have 2 awesome broadcast announcers that are recording all the time. We have broadcast commentary already working, but it still has some bugs that prevented us from enabling it during the demo. It should be ready for launch, though. From what I've heard, it sounds awesome. Okay. Hopefully, if any of y'all had those questions, there you go. They have been answered. So that is very good things to know, in my opinion. Wanted to bring it to light because it has not been shared on social media as far as I can tell. So just wanted to shed some light on those questions and answers. Anyway, back to Twitter. We have a roadmap. Next Fest checked off their list. That was the open beta for the Steam Next Fest, and it was a pretty good beta. I put a little over 10.5 hours into the game. I would say at least 7.5 hours was before the update, and 3 hours were after the update. because the beta was only supposed to last for a week, but they extended it to 2 weeks. And with them extending it to 2 weeks, they also dropped an update making the game feels faster and such. And we'll talk about that in my review / thoughts, impressions video of the beta that's coming out very soon. Stay tuned. After that, we have continued early access development. After that, we have Steam Early Access release, which I think is in September. And then we have console launch, which should be at the absolute earliest, I would say early next year. Okay? Now, we have some stats on the beta. Offensive yards across the top 4 levels of college football in 2023 was 2.62 million yards. Offensive yards during the Next Fest Open Beta was 4.24 million. Check out some cool stats from the Maximum Football Open Beta. As you can see here, we got the stats. There was 37,485 touchdowns scored in the beta, 536,319 tackles. The biggest lead was 69 points. There was a 9-point average differential. There was 4,235,844 yards gained. 2,409 miles. The distance from New York to L.A. There were 17,910 field goals made, and there was a 3.19 turnover per game average. All right, let's see. There's one last thing, and then we're going to head on over to YouTube because there's a video. We are gearing up for early access and are excited to show off more of the game as we get closer. Follow us on Twitch, where we will have regular streams for you to tune into. Starting this Friday, yes, tomorrow at 1 p.m. PDT. Looking forward to that. I'm really hoping they show us some Dynasty, show us some of the updates they've done since the beta. Real exciting stuff, people. I know College Football 25 is coming out, but I am still excited for the Maximum Football, and I will be bringing y'all content on Maximum Football because I do know there's a lot of people out there that would just prefer not to play an EA game, and I completely understand. And Maximum Football will scratch that itch for a football simulator not made by EA Sports. All right, now on to YouTube. We're going to watch this video, listen to it, check it out, and I'll be back after with some thoughts and final conclusions on the video. Here we go.
The Maximum Football Open Beta was a huge success. As a top 50 played game during Next Fest, we had no shortage of players offering insightful feedback on how we can improve the game. Here's a list of 6 areas we are currently working on which will improve the game in the lead up to early access thanks to your participation in the beta. Number 1, game pace. Game pace was an issue we addressed with the Week 2 Real World Speed update. While the change was largely well received, it was a very quick change without the correct engineering behind it to commit it to the game. We're working on that now alongside other areas of the game which need to change in order to properly support real world speed. These include tweaking the physics, making adjustments to how acceleration works in the game, and ensuring there is a difference in feel from running and sprinting. Number 2, graphics, animation, and audio. We received an abundance of positive feedback about the visuals and animations in the game, but we still have some work to do to bring this up to where we want it to be. This includes camera work, particle effects, weather, and dirt. All of these will add to the visual fidelity of the game. We are also still working on our full suite of animations that we have captured for the game, as well as adding even more mocapped animations, which we're sure you'll love in our early access. Number 3, player controls. The controls in Maximum Football are also being revised in the lead up to early access with a few goals in mind. Number 1, create smoother controls. Number 2, make the gameplay feel more responsive to user inputs. Number 3, provide the user with better tutorials and practice modes to master the controls. The 4th thing we're looking to fix is AI players and play calling. Limiting the beta to gameplay against the CPU meant that we were able to gather a bevy of feedback regarding the AI play calling and execution. With this feedback, we're improving the AI coaching's situational awareness, especially as it relates to clock management at the end of half and in late game situations. Number 5, playbooks. Hand in hand with the AI play calling, we are already on our way to improving the plays available to call, as well as the actual 11 on 11 execution of the plays. We will also look into improving the in-game play art in both the play calling menu and the on-field view. These updates will require certain considerations before we add custom playbooks and play creation to the game. Lastly, UI. We want to make sure Maximum Football is user-friendly and easy to navigate. Many of you commented on the UI needing some improvements. We are currently doing a full audit of the accessibility of our UI and looking for ways to improve it. As you can see, we've got a football field of work ahead of us as we move towards early access. We can't wait to show you how your feedback has created real change in Maximum Football.
All right, that's the video. Very exciting stuff for Maximum Football coming up, people. What can I say? I was very impressed with the beta. I mean, yeah, there was some bugs and stuff here and there, but I came away more excited for this game than I was beforehand. I'll say that. You know, the game was supposed to come out last year and it got delayed. That sucked, I know. But I think it was a good decision for them to, you know, take the extra time to polish the game out, make the game better. Because, you know, you can only have one launch, okay? Even if it's early access on Steam only, you can only have one good launch you can only have one launch for a video game, and the launch is what matters the most, because if people are not satisfied with the launch of the game, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come back to it, even though the game might be 100 times better than it was 6 months ago when it launched. You get what I'm saying? So I'm ultimately happy that they delayed it. And like I said, I came away from the beta more excited to play this game than I was before. But anyway, that's been it for today's update video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time.